Hey there, what I'm going to do in this video is show you a really easy way of figuring out the relative major scale of any Mixolydian mode. So what this allows you to do is to solo in the Mixolydian mode even if you don't know any of its scale fingerings. So probably the best thing I can do right now is zoom in and I'll show you how to figure it out. What I'm going to do now is show you a really easy way of finding the relative major scale of any Mixolydian mode. So let's use a specific example. Let's say we wanted to solo in the A Mixolydian mode, but we didn't know any Mixolydian scale fingerings. What we could do is find the relative major scale and solo using those scale fingerings. So what we're going to do is find the A note on the low E string. So that's going to be the key that we're in, so we're in A Mixolydian. And then what you can do is, if you've got your first finger on that A note, is you can reach over to the A string at the 5th fret with your second finger, and that's a D note. And what that means is, this is an easy way of finding out that the D major scale contains the same notes as the A Mixolydian mode. So the D major scale is the relative major scale of A Mixolydian. So again, if we wanted to solo an A Mixolydian, if we wanted to find the relative major scale, we put our first finger on the A note and then reach over to the same fret on the next string with our second finger, and that gives us the root note of the relative major scale. In this case it's D major. Now let's say we wanted to solo in C Mixolydian and we needed to find out the relative major scale. We can use the same strategy. We first find a C note with our first finger on the thickest string, so that would be at the 8th fret. And then we reach over with our second finger to the 8th fret on the A string, and that's an F note, and basically the F major scale is the relative major scale of the C Mixolydian mode. So what that means is, if we wanted to solo in the C Mixolydian mode, we could use any F major scale fingering and that will work. And the reason why it works, of course, is those scales both contain the same notes. Now let's do one last example. How about if we wanted to solo in the E flat Mixolydian mode? So what we need to do is find out the relative major. So the E flat note is at the 11th fret on the thickest string, and then what you do is reach over to the 11th fret on the A string, which is an A flat note, and that means the relative major scale of E flat Mixolydian is A flat major.